Alright folks, what is up? This is One Big Bugger and I am coming at you with League of Legends. This time we're back on the Summoner's Rift and I am back in the jungle as Nasus. And I honestly forget my Nasus runes. They're somewhere in the realm of like 12 offense and then whatever's left defense, I forget. But of course I'm playing with my friends Evil Bunnies, Skei Kawalike, Haiku Hellrunner, and then we have a random player in Inside Mechanics playing Fizz. And we're up against Ashe, Janna, Lee Sin top lane? No, I'm sorry, that was a Lee Sin support? No? Lee Sin mid, Riven top. That's what it was. Pretty sure that's what it was. Lee Sin mid, Riven top. But I really like Nasus. I decided to go back to him this game as he seemed to fit pretty well. We don't have a lot of CC, so his slow will work really well. Especially in controlling things like Riven. Riven's mobility is greatly reduced with Nasus' slow. The same thing with Eve, and Eve can break the slow, but if you use it after she uses her ability to try and boost her speed, then she can't shrug it off. And of course it helps on Ashe as well, killing her attack speed, so that really helps. And other than that, my team definitely needed a tank, needed somebody that could engage, and Nasus is kind of a pseudo-engager. Pop his ulti, run in, and make everyone scared, and then, try and go to town. Nasus is, obviously not as strong, in most cases, unless you get really fed, as a lane Nasus, but can still be pretty powerful, has a very low cost need in order to be effective out of the jungle and to be effective in team fights from the jungle, and can go quite a few builds. You can go offensive, defensive, or utility. So you have quite a few options, and despite the fact we are against an Eve, I know that on the first hand, it's an interesting choice with the Eve is that she took Flash. I usually prefer Ghost on Eve because she has her speed boost ability, and right here is the perfect timing. Riven did not see me coming, and she did not see Fizz. Despite she peeked back in the bush, she did not see us. So we're actually going to get Eve's red very easily here. But yeah, the fact that Evelynn didn't take Exhaust, or that she didn't take Ghost or something like that, kind of leads me to believe that maybe this person doesn't play Evelynn too often. And Nasus, in the early game, Evelynn could probably beat me in the jungle, but by mid to late game, Evelynn really, unless she gets truly fed, won't stand a chance against Nasus in the jungle. So this is my old typical start, is that I go their red, and then I immediately go mine to secure it so that they can't steal the red out from under me. Oh yeah, and my runes, by the way: attack speed red, armor yellows, magic resist per level blues, and movement speed quints. This is my Shen as well. My Shen runes, Nasus runes, they share the same ones, so they work rather effectively. Now, I did not start with any boots or Duran's blade in this one. I did start with the machete because getting the Spirit Stone really does help Nasus. And I still haven't quite mastered / perfected Nasus's ability to get the last hit with his siphoning strikes. There's still plenty of times where I miscalculate it and I strike just that little bit too early, and there's nothing I can do about it. But definitely really strong ganker, and although we already get first blood, as you can see there. And, yep, pay for it with a kill up in the top lane. But still, it's first blood, so it's not terrible. I can see that Riven and Evelynn want to push the tower there. Well, as Nasus, even though it's only level 1, your Spirit Fire is really good for clearing out minions. And I don't know why they want to try and do something here. It's not going to be effective. It's really not. All I have to do is stay by the tower. I mean, I'm playing Nasus. There's not much you can do. You know, I'll just drop Spirit Fire. You'll take too much damage. And I probably could have pursued her there, popped a health potion, and kept pushing my advantage. I probably really, really could have, but I didn't because I didn't know where Evelyn was until now, and I realized that she's down in the bottom lane. She does kill Fizz, but Fizz gets a kill in return. Lee Sin did not get an assist on that, so that was a good trade on Fizz's part down there. This Evelyn seems suicidal. She would like power dive into towers, and she may get a kill, but she would also die in return. As you can see here, Lee Sin's really low, so I'm actually going to push my advantage here and try and zone him out. He does jump in on me. I'm not overly worried. He ignites me, but I'm going to survive it. I know I have enough health to survive it. And at this point, he's low health, and he doesn't have ignite. So, looking over at the board, neither does Fizz. It still puts them around even ground, I would believe. Yeah, so even ground at that point in terms of summoner spells in mid lane. So not bad. I get Lee's Ignite out of him, and I managed to survive it. And Evelyn's looking mid again, but Fizz this time, he's full health, and he's actually probably going to be too much for Evelyn to really deal with. I mean, granted, he traded kills, but it's still Fizz, and Fizz is very, very strong early game with his mobility and with his abilities and the damage he's able to inflict. And you see right there, boink, Evelyn does die, and she's pretty sure she died to Fizz Sea Stone Trident. So, yeah, pretty sure that she overestimated her abilities there. And I actually kind of feel bad, a little bit bad for Lee Sin, because she was, the Evelyn was getting on the Lee Sin about some of the poor plays that he had made. Well, she wasn't exactly doing all that great either. I know that Riven's like in the bush. I don't realize that she does have a ward, but I kind of get the feeling she does. So I think I'm going to go the long way around. You see my friend, my nephew there pinging. So I'm going to go the long way around. I don't fear Evelyn in the jungle at this point. And for whatever reason, I don't push in. Interesting. I decided to go for the golems. Oh, I remember. I want to get level 6. I really want to try and get level 6 before I go for Riven, so that I have that extra power. And I thought I'd get level 6 off the golems, but unfortunately I fall just shy. But she's so far pushed up that can just go for it. I believe I'm waiting for the next minion wave to come through so that she can't see me coming. And I tell my nephew, you know, try and keep her busy, but don't actually engage her, as we pick up Janna as well. And there's the minion wave. I'm just waiting for it to pass, and here I come following it in. I immediately goes to buck into the lane as fast as I can. She's almost dead, so she's pretty screwed at this point. She flashes, but it's not going to be enough, as I managed to pick up the kill. She hard engaged on Nidalee there, and it didn't work. And yeah, low replay bugs that you can hear Ezreal recalling, no matter where he is on the map when they use Pulsefire Ezreal. So, be that as it may, my first successful gank, although it comes pretty late in the game, approximately 8 minutes into the game. Not very good. But then again, bottom lane is doing fine. Mid lane, despite dying to Evelyn, is, you know, doing fine. Evelyn is like ready to be executed almost. I almost wish I was there. She barely managed to get that blue golem before dying. Had I had the mind to try and go steal it, or been rough timing in my head, I probably could have easily picked her off. But yeah, there's like not a hell of a lot for me to do except for top lane, which honestly I should have been up there more often. Like you saw there, my slows are just so powerful on mobile champions like Riven, Lee Sin, Even when they use like strong disengages like Janus Tornado or Janus Slow, I can just be so much stronger. Now, in all honesty, I was not going to give Fizz blue, but he came over to get it, and he hasn't been doing all that bad. So I decided to roll the dice and give it to him. Usually I prefer to keep the blues for myself at this point. In a lot of cases. I know a lot of people say, well, that's selfish, your mid needs it. Well, the reality is your jungler needs it too. You know, need the experience, need the gold, and it's really painful sometimes when your jungler doesn't. And Fizz does engage, and there's Evelynn, and I immediately come out and help push them out of the lane. I jump on Evelynn and just start chopping her down. She flashes. Fizz wants to continue, doesn't happen. She manages to get away, and Lee Sin as well. But still fairly effective as to turn the gank around and do a lot of damage between Fizz and myself to Evelynn and to Lee Sin. So Fizz probably with the advantage in the lane now, especially with blue buff. Evelynn can't help right now. I do have the Spirit Stone. I do have level 1 boots, and I just picked up the Kendall Gem. As, of course, I am looking for the Spirit of the Elder Golem and a few health potions. I usually buy too many, but I don't really feel that you can have too many health potions sometimes. You see Evelynn moving down to the bottom lane to gank down there as well as she might as well try, because bottom lane has just been dominating in this game. And I see Evelynn down there. I see what's going on, and I'm actually trying to head that way to help, hoping that they'll be able to get out. You see the Ash Arrow on the thing misses there. And Evelynn just power dives again, and she ends up dying to Ezreal despite getting the kill. And then all that's left is Ash, and Ash gets picked off by Zyra. So they traded 3 for 2. Yes, Ezreal and Zyra died, but they also got Evelynn, they also got Janna, and they got Ash. So not a good trade for bottom at all. That Evelynn's just suicided into the tower. She was tanking it pretty hard. And so I decide, you know what? I'm Nasus. I'm going to push the tower. I didn't honestly believe, especially with the minion wave moving in here like this, that I would get the that I'd get this tower. I just wanted to put some damage onto it. But strongly underestimating the strength of a, what we got here, level 3 Spirit Fire at this point, which is what I am leveling above all else, that I'm actually going to knock down this tower just as Ash and Janna show up. So as you can see, my nephew up top does have a vision ward up there and did see Evelynn come into lane and immediately bailed out. Going over the barren wall up top. So very smart play on my nephew's account. I'm hoping that Janna and Ash will push up here. I'm pretty sure that like there's not a ward on here. And you know, here we go with the ward battles, and I immediately come out after Janna, who uses everything on Zyra and then uses an ulti on me, but she's slowed, so I just pop my ulti. I do get nailed by the arrow, and there's Evelynn as well. So, yeah, not doing well. But then I go on Ash, and I hit Ash with a wither, and I'm still in my ulti, so I'm tanking the tower, and I bail out just in time, and Evelynn, for whatever reason, decides to pick a fight with Fizz and then run away. So as you can see, the strength of Nasus' ulti just allowing me to get in there, tank the tower, and still get out with a little bit of health and life left. Really saving my day there. Really saving my bacon, as you will. And yes, unfortunately, Riven up top is starting to become an issue. As a lot of Rivens do. And I see Evelynn and I see Riven, and I know that they want to push that top tower again. So I start heading that way to cut them off. Because again, as Nasus, with your Spirit Fire, if you level that first, you can pretty much decimate minion waves. I'm not sure if I'd get to the tower in time, and I don't have a way to get there faster, but I see the tower has plenty of health. So I just pop down Spirit Fire and push Evelynn and Riven off the tower. And they fortunately do not get it. There is a little bit of a fight brewing up in mid, but I'm still hanging top right now. I got the bot tower, so now I'm looking to get the top tower, as I know where most everybody is right now. I know they're in the mid lane, and I'm not going to get there in time to turn anything around. So I'm looking to try and push this tower. It does not have much health left on it, and then Nidalee shows up, and it's just a foregone conclusion. Yes, we ended up giving up a kill to Lee Sin in the mid, but we also got a kill with Fizz on Ashe, and we got top tower. Now, I did not know that Riven was heading up there, but despite Riven's mobility, Nidalee should be able to get away from her. If there's one champion that's actually more mobile than Riven is, it's Nidalee. And you can actually see Riven kind of like on the run now, as it's a back and forth battle between the two, and this time Kekaulike comes out on top. As I just continue to farm right now, I'm just kind of moseying around, looking into the mid lane at this point as they're looking to shove it, and I just show up, throw down some Spirit Fire, and they immediately back off. At this point as Nasus, I'm actually doing really fairly well. We take a look, I got 65 CS, I have a kill and assist, I haven't died yet. You know, Evelyn does have 3 kills, but she also has 3 deaths, and she only has 59 CS. And that Lee Sin, like, enjoyed doing that. And, you know, kind of all hell breaks loose here, as I just pop my ulti, start tanking the tower, but I tank too much and I end up dying before Riven can get in there. And I ended up giving up the kill to Evelyn, but it's still fine. Yes, Evelyn did get me, she did get Nidalee, but we got Janna, Lee Sin, and Evelyn, and now we're pushing another tower with 3 of our team. And despite being fairly fed, there's not a lot this Riven can do. You know, matter of fact, you know, she's pretty low, and you can see this tower is going to fall despite everything. And now my team really needs to back out as spawns are coming up. Again, one of the cardinal mistakes I see a lot of teams make is they stay too long in a certain area, or they push too long. The enemy team spawns with full health while you're at half health, and then you just get run down and you end up giving up a whole bunch of objectives. Now, Evelyn is following Ezreal top, but Nidalee is up there as well. I'm not sure if something's going to happen. I'm just farming lane down here, so... Well, epic escape? Nope. And then by the time Nidalee sees, it's pretty much too late. And then it turns into a 2v1, and Nidalee trying to get away. She's in the bush, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think she's going to make it. And no, but they used quite a lot to get that. And at this point, while that was going on, I want to show you this. What's going on down here. They end up going after Fizz, and I end up coming in too late. I popped my ulti, but I am feeling pretty strong at this point, so I immediately go in after Riven. And I don't realize that Ashe and Evelyn are coming, so now I'm pretty screwed. Until that point, yes, Lee Sin kicks my ass over the wall to safety, and I bail out in the long direction. And unfortunately, I will run into Evelyn, but as you can see, Evelyn popped her speed ability to get to me faster, and a nice miss by Lee Sin allows me to juke out with about 300 health. So, thank you, Lee Sin, for that save. I really appreciate it. Fortunately for me, and it was very fortunate, that Evelyn used her speed boost ability, which drops all slows off of her. Fortunately, she had used that just before she engaged me. So my Wither was able to keep her off me more than long enough for me to put a lot of distance between us. So I have Merc Treads, I have Spirit of the Ancient Golem, I have Chain Vest as well, and I have no idea what I'm waiting for. So until I get moving. Looks like they're setting up and everyone's looking around Dragon at this point. Lee Sin is there, so is Janna, but then Ezreal's there, Zyra's there. Ashe wants nothing to do with. And I don't know, this is like a whole big cluster clusterfuck of stuff going on. Pretty sure Evelyn was seen at that point, and let the dance begin. Oh, I've actually picked up a mana crystal. I am going for the Frozen Fist, of course. A very typical Nasus build. Frozen Fist and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, let's do Dragon. You know, hopefully they're too distracted in trying to do something else, so there's no reason for us not to do the Dragon right now. And bam, there we go. We get it really fast. I popped my ulti to get it because Nasus' ulti really just cuts through like Baron and Dragon and all that. And there's Riven. I immediately wither her, makes her very easy to bind, and then Fizz finishes her off with very little trouble at that point. You know, that's a great thing with Wither when you have a champion that has like a stun or a bind that's even a skill shot. Pardon me. Wither makes it a very, very, very easy thing to hit. The Ash Arrow does come out, but really doesn't do much. It does delay a little bit. I don't have my ulti for now, which is not the greatest thing in the world, but still, I'm fairly tanky without it. And I'm trying to lay down the Spirit Fire to get the harass down. Lee Sin comes in from the side, but doesn't do anything. Evelyn gets bound up, and unfortunately Fizz gets caught, and there's nothing we can do about that. Janna almost dies, and Lee Sin almost pursues too far. Things did not go well in our favor, but it's not a terrible thing. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing at this point. I turn around to help my nephew there in clearing out the lane, make sure people don't jump on him. And Evelyn doing blue buff does not get it. And then a quick move in on Evelyn. I pop my ulti. She pops like everything trying to get away. And I actually, with Ghost and with my movement speed Quince, am able to catch up to her. And am I going to? No. I thought I got it, but no. Haiku Hell got it, Runner got it, which is fine. You know, they started to back off thinking she got away. I was like, no, dude, keep going. Pursue. I can catch her. Because I was under Ghost with movement speed Quince. She had used her speed boost ability already. So again, catching her and then knowing that Wither would actually slow her down made it a pretty easy choice to continue going after her. So we'll just pop back to base real quick, and yep, there we go. Finish the Glacial Shroud, pick up another Mana Crystal, a Sapphire Crystal, and the Amplifying Tome. Looking to get Sheen, of course, in order to complete the Frozen Fist or Frozen Gauntlet, whatever you want to call it. And things are going fairly well in my team's favor. Not greatly, but fairly. I mean, granted, we're only 4 kills ahead, but we have a 33,000 gold to 29,000. So we're closing in on a 4,000 gold lead because we have 5 towers, and we did pick up Dragon versus 2 towers, and I don't think they've gotten a Dragon yet. So that gives us a fair amount of team gold lead as well as the kill lead. Not too shabby at all. And I've only got 84 stacks, or 80, 84, but 84 is actually pretty significant. If we take a look at my Siphoning Strike now, it does 50 plus 106 plus 84. So that's not too bad a hit right there. It's not what a lane Nasus would have, but it's still something. I wanted to Siphoning Strike the big one, but for whatever reason it didn't. So a fight breaks out just above me. The Ash Arrow goes by. Things are looking bad, but I immediately pop my ulti and just go in, despite the fact that it's only Ezreal. And I just have no fear at this point. And you see, just chasing them back and not slowing down, not even the least little bit. And we actually do pick up Riven for it. Ashe, thinking that she's going to continue chasing me, makes a huge mistake. And she gets picked off by my Spirit Fire. And then Ezreal keeps going. But I don't have much left, so I just want to back out at this point. And Ezreal barriers out. I think Lee Sin was kind of thinking about going. Then he sees me there, and he's like, nah, I'm not going to 2v1 this. So now with, people still out, And them trying to push bot lane. We're just easily going to push in this tower here.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
And we're going to try and get the inhibitor. You know, but we're not going to. I'm looking at the spawn times right now, and I'm going, no, 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 no. Riven's up. They're up. We're not going to be able to get the inhibitor. It is time to back out. So quick back to base at this point. And I do, what is it? Iceborne Gauntlet, whatever you want to call it. Frozen Fist, Frozen Gauntlet, Iceborne Gauntlet, whatever the hell it is. I got it.
Blue team double kill.
Fizz with a double kill. And at this point, things are really starting to snowball in my team's favor. 6 towers, 22 kills, and we're pushing over a 4K gold lead. I'm, doing fairly well at 2 kills, 6 assists, and only 1 death. Evelyn's got 8 kills, but she's also died 6 times. And my ulti just makes that much of a difference. You can see here, I'm just pursuing down Lee Sin. I don't care who follows me at this point. I have my ulti. Go ahead and lead me into Riven. I really don't care. I'll just turn on you too. I do have my ulti, and there I go. I pop it. And Riven wants to help but can't. I immediately get kicked out, and that's okay. I just changed my target back to Riven at this point, who is getting completely wrecked, and she goes down. And Ezreal gets picked off as well. And you can see at this point, they really didn't know how to handle the situation with just me and just Nidalee not knowing where the rest of my team was. They didn't know how to handle it at that point. And we would just chase them down and mow them down. They didn't want to face us anymore when it came to that. So we're looking to try and push to win right here. As we end up tanking a few tower shots by accident because of our eagerness to get in. And we do get 1 tower down. We're trying to get the other one at this point. And it's not looking too favorable. So we start peeling out. We start peeling back. They do start chasing us. And the Ash Arrow comes in. And I immediately turn around to try and engage them face to face. And yeah, it doesn't work as we lose 3. But again, look at how low they are. Look at how low Riven is. Look at how low, there you go, Janna. They can't do Baron. So even though we lost 4 of us, I thought we lost 3. Even though we lost 4 of us, they can't do Baron at this point. And even though they want to push, they're not going to get too far. And we still have a really strong advantage. It was just a classic point of being too eager and trying to do too much at once. That's really what it was all about. And we paid for it. But we're still in the lead. We're still doing well. Fizz is going to come up and defend the tower. He's got his fish out. And that's plenty of damage right there. Evelyn does pick up the dragon, but she almost dies for it at this point. And, here comes my team back. I have picked up... Oh, yeah, I'm going for the... what's it called? The Hydra at this point. And Shirelia's Reverie just to push us up the lane. And I don't know if we go for Baron at this point. We kind of get an idea that Ashe is around, but break off to the side, trying to pin in Ashe. See him right there. Pretty sure Fizz and Nidalee are going to finish this, so take the red buff now. Their ADC's down. Lee Sin's trying to push our top lane, but it's really not the best idea because we are in his base. One of their towers are down, and they are sans their ADC. So you can see by the timer on this point that it's really not going to go well for them anymore. As we just come into their lane, I pop my ulti, start going crazy. Ultis go everywhere. They get almost no one. Lee Sin just jumps back into his death. We do lose Nidalee, but we get Lee Sin, Janna, and then it's just a matter of time to get Evelyn. And at this point, yeah, we're after Riven. Riven did get our support, did get Zyra, but that's all she's going to get as we completely obliterate her 2v1. And then Ashe does come back, but it's too little too late. And at that point, it's just a quick tower. And there it is. That's the GG. Jungle Nasus 529, 109 CS. Not too shabby. You know, as you saw there, it only takes a little bit of getting ahead on Nasus to become a major threat versus an enemy team. For a while there, it was still pretty close. We were up towers and dragons, but kill-wise, they were only 4 down. It was something they might have been able to come back from. But towards the end there, it just snowballed out of control. And my team came off way too strong, especially like Fizz and Ezreal. And then when I tended to pop my ulti, it just kind of caused confusion in them as I came charging in. You know, it's like, you know, got to deal with Nasus, got to get him away, or got to do this. And oh, what else can you say? It worked. I got no other way to say it than we won. I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Until next time, folks, this is One Big Bugger signing out. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you then.